Welcome to Basketball Convos. Here we everything talk about basketball. This is day 18 of our 30-day off-season recap series. We are bringing you the Minnesota Timberwolves today. The Minnesota Timberwolves had an impressive 23-24 season, finishing with a 56-26 record, which secured them the third seed in the highly competitive Western Conference. They were just one win shy of getting the first seed. This team was a force to be reckoned with, as they made a surprising and thrilling run to the Western Conference Finals. Although their journey ended with a 1-4 loss to the Dallas Mavericks, the Wolves proved that they could be serious contenders. With Anthony Edwards emerging as the face for the T-Wolves, they are going to be a force in the West for years to come. The recent deep playoff run has raised expectations for the upcoming season, and fans are eager to see if Minnesota can build on last year's success. The Timberwolves entered the offseason with a clear focus, which is to retain their core as much as possible. With most of their core still under contracts, the biggest offseason acquisition for the Wolves is signing of veteran forward Joe Ingles to a one-year, $3.3 million deal. Ingles brings valuable experience, leadership, and shooting, which will be crucial for a team with championship aspirations. The Wolves would expect Ingles to play a similar role as Kyle Anderson. The Wolves also added P.J. Dozier on a one-year, $2.6 million contract, who returns to the NBA after playing overseas last season. The Wolves are hoping Dozier can bring extra scoring and defense from the bench unit. In terms of re-signings, Minnesota secured the services of Luka Garza for another 2 years on a $4.5 million deal. Garza has shown promise as a backup big man, providing solid rebounding ability off the bench. The Wolves did extend a two-way deal to Daishen Nix. But that's all the Wolves have done in the free agency market this offseason. In the draft, the Wolves picked Rob Dillingham with the 8th overall pick and Terrence Shannon Jr. with the 27th pick. Dillingham, in particular, is expected to be a key piece for the Wolves moving forward, potentially providing an offensive spark off the bench. Terrence Shannon Jr. could be someone the Wolves gradually develop, as his consistency remains a concern for him to stay on the court. The Wolves did lose and give up some pieces this offseason. Kyle Anderson was signed and traded to the Warriors, Jordan McLaughlin signed with the Kings, and Wendell Moore Jr. was traded to the Pistons. Additionally, Monte Morris left for the Phoenix Suns, and T.J. Warren remains unsigned. Kyle Anderson is the only key rotational player from last year's playoffs run, but the Wolves are confident in the moves they've made should fill the void. As we head into the 24-25 season, the Timberwolves will be fielding a familiar but slightly revamped roster. The starting lineup remains largely intact, with Mike Conley running the point, Anthony Edwards at shooting guard, Jaden McDaniels at small forward, Karl-AnthonyTowns at power forward, and Rudy Gobert anchoring the defense at center. This starting five was the backbone of Minnesota's success last season, and they will once again be relied upon to lead the charge. Off the bench, the Wolves have added some exciting new pieces. Rob Dillingham will likely take on a significant role as the primary backup point guard. Dillingham is known for his scoring ability and could provide the offensive spark that the Wolves' second unit desperately needs. NickeilAlexander-Walker will continue to be a versatile option in the backcourt, while Joe Ingles brings his veteran presence and three-point shooting to the small forward position. Naz Reid, last year's 6th Man of the Year, will once again provide energy and scoring off the bench as the backup big, with Luka Garza rounding out the frontcourt rotation. P.J. Dozier and Leonard Miller add additional depth to a team that has its sights set on another deep playoff run. Looking ahead to the next season, the big question for the Timberwolves is whether they can continue their success with the core they have in place. Last season's playoff run was a pleasant surprise, but now the Wolves need to prove that it wasn't a fluke. The addition of Rob Dillingham could be a game-changer for the bench unit, giving Minnesota a much-needed scoring punch when their starters rest. However, the long-term viability of the Karl-AnthonyTowns and Rudy Gobert Twin Tower experiment remains a topic of debate. Can this pairing deliver in the playoffs, or will it continue to be a point of concern? Can Towns stay consistent during crucial moments and delivery offensively when it is most needed? With that said, I see the Wolves remain competitive and end up with 54 wins, right behind OKC. Ultimately, the Timberwolves have the talent to compete at a high level, but they need to stay healthy and find consistency throughout the season. If they can do that, there's no reason why Minnesota can't make another deep playoff run, and perhaps even challenge for an NBA title. And that's a wrap. What do you think about the Wolves offseason? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Basketball Convos. Bye for now.